Hi, I'm Giancarlo. What was that? It's like, oh,
I
woo!
was fixing my hair.
Well, like, you weren't fixing, you were like freaking having, what's okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is our review of
Hero versus Guardian. I'm sorry, Hero versus Guardian.
a game of Dungeon
Craft. Scheiße. I screwed that up.
A game
Totally.
no, that's funny. A game of dungeon crawl.
Craft. I thought it was dungeon crawling.
But, like,
craft. It's
that-
late at night here, guys. You don't know this. In Heroes vs. Guardian, players go head-to-head in a dungeon crawling game. In the box you'll get 38 dungeon cards, 16 adventure cards, 22 treasure cards, and 4 reference cards, level tokens, entry tokens, order tokens, scout tokens, and an altar token, 15 glass action stones, and finally 2 custom black dice. The game is played until the adventurers remove the treasure vault or the dungeon lord can't draw any more dungeon cards.
Here's how to set up. The Guardian will take the 16 yellow bordered dungeon tiles and make a dungeon grid of 4x4 tiles. He then will place 2 entrances, one on each side of the dungeon anywhere he wants. He shuffles the dungeon deck and draws 5 cards, chooses 2 and shuffles back the 3 into the deck. He finally takes 2 action tokens and a summary card. Now the hero player sets up. Shuffle the adventures and draw 3 of them. These are placed face up in front of him. The deck is put to the side and 3 adventurers are placed face up to form the tavern. Shuffle the treasure cards and draw the top 2 cards. These will be the hero player's hand. Place that deck to the side and form the market with the top 3 cards. Finally, the hero player takes 6 action tokens and a summary card. All tokens are within reach and you're now ready to play.
The game is played in rounds, back and forth, taking actions using your action tokens. The action cost is written on your summary card. Let's look at these into more detail. If you decide to scout, spend 2 action stones and choose a location adjacent to an entrance or an explored tile. Now, using the order tokens, choose the order in which your party members will scout the room. The Guardian now reveals the room, and each character in the order they scout will try to succeed a roll of 5 or higher. These are also written on your summary card. You can add your modifies from your characters to help you succeed. But be careful. If you roll a skull on your die, which is a 1, and you also fail with your modifiers, your adventurer and his items are captured by the Guardian. If you succeed, place a scouted token on a tile. Scouting is a safer way to explore, since now when you venture into the room, you'll know what to expect and use the right adventurer to go in first. Venturing is the same as scouting, but now you enter the room instead of scouting and must succeed a roll of 6 or higher. You can venture into a scouted room or a room face down adjacent to a mapped room. If you succeed in venturing into a room, take that card and place the map token there, meaning that that room is mapped and done. If you venture into a room, you can also retreat. To do this, you must succeed a 4 or higher test. If you fail, you're captured.
Playing a card which costs 1 action token, you can place spells, items onto adventures, and adventures themselves. You can spend an action point to draw a card from the market or tavern. If none of those interest you, you can draw from the top of one of the decks instead. You can also use this action to take an item back from one of your adventures. Now let's take a look at the Guardian actions. He can spend 1 action token to rebuild. The Guardian can now rearrange half the unmapped tiles in his dungeon however he likes. He can spend an action point to restock. This means he can play dungeon cards from his hand onto unmapped locations, making them a 2-room location, which will be harder to map for the adventurers. The other 2 actions are self-explanatory. Play a card from your hand or draw a dungeon card. The game ends if he tries to draw a card but none are left, or when the heroes remove the treasure vault. Calculate the points and see who wins. The Guardian will get 1 point for every 2 tiles still in the dungeon, 8 points if the vault is still there, and point values, adventures, and items captured. The hero player will get half the point values of tiles removed by the Guardian and full points for tiles removed by them. The vault is worth 8 points. The player with the most wins.
It's a really fun dungeon crawler which is well balanced, and towards the end of it becomes really exciting for both players. The production quality is pretty good and you get a pretty epic style game for a good price. The artwork is fun and well done. The rooms are cool, and you even have cursed items which are forced upon characters, giving them suckiness. That's right, suckiness. The rulebook could use some work, but the summary cards are very useful. If you like dungeon crawlers with some easy rules and quick gameplay, check this one out. We're giving it 7.5 ventured rooms out of 10.